What's a beautiful California morning. I enjoyed the sunrise this morning a bit. Had a little small cup of hot chocolate and some yogurt. Watching the waves. I guess that jump-started my metabolism because now I want a bagel. Not sure what the plan is today. Halfway tempted just to stay here. This is such an awesome spot. By the time you're watching this, not only will I have made a decision, but I will have done it already. So keep watching to find out what I do. I'm gonna go enjoy a bagel out by the ocean. I thought those were clouds, but as you get to this point, you can actually see one of the islands. That's the Channel Islands. That's big. That's really big. Well, I made it to the Channel Islands National Park Visitors Center, and they have 3D maps of all the islands here. Show you where you get dropped off, and then where you can hike and camp. Well, sadly, they canceled all of the boat trips out to the Channel Islands today. Apparently the conditions are too bad, it's too dangerous, and they're not gonna do it. So my opportunity to go out and hike and or camp on the Channel Islands will have to be saved for next time. Well, I've just arrived at FrontRunner Headquarters, and I'm gonna go check out their experience center. I've really enjoyed my FrontRunner rack, so maybe I'll learn something. A lot of FrontRunner products in the parking lot. So there's something they labeled the experience center over here. Let's go check that out and see what that is. So this is the FrontRunner Experience Center. Not sure what to expect, but let's go in and check it out. I'm always a sucker for good marketing pieces, and they've got this great arrangement of beautiful marketing brochures, single-page flyers that describe the recommended products for your FrontRunner rack on the back of them, along with what they are and how to get them. You know, I haven't had a shower in a while. I think they'll let me do it here in the showroom. There's a rack showing how you can attach things as the shovel mount. I actually wanted to see how those worked. Yeah, it's relatively slim. Jerry cans. Oh, there's the ski rack or snowboard rack. I didn't know you could mount it to the side. That's really interesting. Now here's something I'm thinking about a lot. A solar panel. I think I would want the solar panel mounted at the top of a hard shell rooftop tent, but pretty awesome. There's some ladders. I would love a ladder for my Jeep, but I don't think they have one that's compatible. I'll have to ask them. Slide out drawers, bike racks, canoes, and a variety of mounts. I think one of these is the one we've got for our Rotopacks, our fuel can on the side. Quick release. Here's the lock that comes with the quick release. Or not comes with, but optional for the quick release. Good way to make sure no one steals your tent. I've actually thought about that. It takes a really small space and it has to be flexible like that. That's smart. I might need to pick up a set of those. Some fridges. Oh, look at this. The GoPro mount. That's interesting. And what is that? Oh, bottle opener. Quick release mounts, I have those. Shower, or water storage at least. Oh, there's more. Oh, look at that Gladiator. Oh, this is cool. I just learned recently that Dometic is actually owned by FrontRunner now, or FrontRunner is owned by Dometic. Anyway, they're very closely partnered. So, you know, the two companies are showing up on each other's websites now. Let's take a look at this Gladiator. I've got an awning out on the side. The roof rack is supported on the cowl. This must be that fold-out table that slides and stores inside the rack. Looks like they've got a variety of box options too that embed or stick out. Oh, I hadn't seen one of those in person before. The worn hyperlink. That's a demo shovel. At least that's what it looks like. You know, I don't own a Gladiator, so I can't speak much to it. It still feels a little unfamiliar to me, but it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I bet my friend Andrew would love looking at this, as well as my friend Chaz. Both of them have really good Gladiators. We should do a review on those sometime on the channel. Now here's something I've been looking at and thinking about. This is the CFX 35 refrigerator. It's got the little cover on it. And the question is it big enough? This is the first time I've been able to actually handle it or look at it. And it does seem like it is every bit as big as the cooler I'm using right now. But has both freezer and refrigerator capability. These handles, I think, are removable. Pretty beefy. Oh, it's just a Velcro Molly panel. Yeah, that fridge feels like it might be the right size. Maybe someday. So check this out. FrontRunner has an option here where you can actually mount a table underneath the rack. So it locks here, but then the table stows just in this little space. There's a set of brackets here. Let's see if I can show you better here. These brackets mount underneath the roof rack and then create these little slides where the table stores, and this is the table itself. So essentially you can make it so that anytime you needed a table, instead of having to store it in the back and then pull it out and take up valuable cargo space, it tucks right into that available space right below your rack. Now what I don't know is if it's enough space for my Jeep, if the way that my rack is mounted, there'd be enough space to mount that in there. I'm guessing no, but it's worth measuring because that's a pretty cool system. So that was pretty cool. The showroom is absolutely beautiful. I love all the big format artwork and, you know, the examples of all the products and things like that. We talked a little bit about my Jeep and my setup, and based on what I have, I don't have a lot of extra room for other accessories, but I did pick up a couple things to help organize the inside of the Jeep. So I got a couple of these locks so that if I'm parking somewhere or doing something, my rooftop tent and my awning won't get stolen. This clips in to the quick release mount and makes sure that that doesn't get quickly released. Same thing for this in here. So I can clip one of those on there, and clip one on there, and that'll keep someone from stealing my awning, and it'll keep someone from stealing my tent. Well, maybe not keep them, but at least deter them a bit. They also gave me a gift, this flashlight. I'm not quite sure what to expect here. Whoa, that thing's awesome. Canaan. So this is a magnet apparently. Must have a battery thing in it to stop it. The fact that it's got these things must mean it gets very hot. And it's rechargeable. What a thoughtful gift. That was nice of them to do that. I'm gonna put this back in here. We'll play around with that at camp tonight and learn a little bit more about it, because I'm sure that there's other things that we don't know. Low beam, high beam, steady flash, SOS. Okay, very cool. Thank you, FrontRunner. That was awesome. And thank you guys for letting me pop in impromptu and visit. And then I also picked up a set of these Wolfpack boxes. Apparently they are changing to a new model, and this particular one is being discontinued, so they had a surplus of them and I got them for a great deal. And they fit really nicely back in there, don't they? I got one extra lid that's a tall lid, and I was thinking tonight we organize some of the dry goods and food and things like that into them. So we'll see about playing around with the interior of the Jeep when we stop for camp. Well, that was fun. Definitely worth the trip. If nothing else, just to see the showroom was really cool. So let's press on. Driving through the mountains here has been a lot of fun. And suddenly we are enveloped in fog. Well, I've made it to the Anza Borrego Desert State Park. So this is the squeeze See, this is where you need a buddy. This is where you need someone else to come along with you so you can say, hey, you do it. If you get stuck, I'll winch you out. What on earth is this? This is absolutely bizarre. I've never seen a palm tree forest like this. There could be anything back there. Well, the sun is already set behind those mountains. And I don't have a place to sleep tonight. This is quite the desolate place. I feel like I'm on the surface of the moon or Mars. There is an amazing sky of stars up there. And they are absolutely incredible. Well, I'm gonna do it. I just went on their website, standing in their warehouse, placed it as local pickup, and now these guys are awesomely, literally throwing the kit together right now. It's stuff like this that makes taking the long way really rewarding. Instead of being on a freeway for hours on end, listening to books on tape, I find myself just captured by all of the beauty. This has been, and continues to be, 1111 Overland.